We're Lauren and Scott, and we are cycling 10,000 kilometres across Europe. Starting in Greece, the plan is to cycle to the west coast of Ireland. Passing through 15 countries, we cycle through some of the most magical landscapes Europe has to offer. So join us on our first ever bike tour as we learn to navigate the European cycling networks, encounter all weather conditions, and overindulge in our favourite baked goods.
Mine's so crunchy.
In this episode, we cycle into one of our favourite European cities, Mostar. We explore the history-rich old town and revisit some places we had previously been to. The road out of town was extremely busy with non-stop traffic and trucks. However, next we head into the amazing Bosnian countryside. We get a surprise camp spot,
Free ?
We're a bit confused.
and meet a surprise friend. We end our time in Bosnia by visiting the stunning Una National Park and see its striking turquoise waters.
Good morning from Mostar.
Good morning from a very sunny Mostar. 10 to 8 on a Sunday morning.
It's a good time to go into the old town, that's right. What are we up to?
So we're going to go into the old town, onto the bridge. For all of it, it's overrun with tourists.
There's a couple of coffee places I want to go to, so maybe...
Are they open?
Yeah, I think so. They said they're open on Google. I'm pretty sure we should have Old Town to ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get Lauren to get a Bosnian coffee too. What are your thoughts?
Well, traditionally how you drink the coffee is that you bite into a sugar cube and then sip the coffee. And so I'm all about biting into the sugar cube. So you have to sit there, nibble on the sugar.
She'll bite the cube and then I'll drink the coffee. And it'll be that strong that I won't have any sugar cubes left because you would have bitten them all.
That would be like a little horse.
To be fair, I haven't seen many Bosnians drink that traditional coffee. They all seem to drink espresso, espresso with a little bit of milk. I'm going to get one anyway because it's been a while.
6 years is a little while.
6 years, and we read the notes from last time we were here about the coffee and it said I hated it.
My diary.
I said it was way too bitter.
The notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally wrote Scott hated it. Oh, it doesn't like you. Get a kitty and play with the GoPro like a cat toy.
Posing. Smells like Mostar. Here's a beer garden I wrote yesterday. Local craft beer. Best thing ever, resist corporate beer. What a legend. There's the old Black Dog pub that we went to 6 years ago. Looks a little bit different. It's changed a bit and it's changed the names to Old Crew. A couple of tourists out and about, but not too many.
Oh, you hear that? Where's that coming from? Nothing's open.
What a jam, my favourite music's playing somewhere above me. How good's that? There's the old famous team at Irma where we went last time. Great meat potter. As you can see, we're on the water now of the Neretva River and we are overlooking the old bridge just there. One of my favourite rivers in the whole of Europe, the Neretva.
What river are we on?
The Neretva. Neretva. That one and the Buna River. It's got this like beautiful emerald green colour and it's super clear. You can see the bottom. So as you can see here, we have the bridge, the old bridge of Mostar. Lauren doesn't believe me, but I think it's been rebuilt about 3 to 5 times. And it separated one side of Mostar to the other. And during the Bosnian War, I believe it was absolutely obliterated and it sucked the life and destroyed everyone. Well, that's how iconic the bridge was to them. And then it got rebuilt just after the war to this beautiful condition. And now, ever since the war, you have the Bosniak Muslims who live on one side, and I believe it's the Bosnian Croats who live on the other side. So like 2 separate areas of Mostar where they live still. They live in peace, majority I think, but it is odd.
Bizarre.
So pretty. That's where we were before, just down there. Not bad. What are your thoughts on it? I love it. And the surrounding views are great. The buildings around it are still great. Some colour in some of the buildings away to make it a bit more vibrant. Different perspective. Actually a better view from this side, looking at the bridge. You can get the mountain in the background.
In the morning sun.
Yeah, and it's in the sun as well. Let's take a quick snappy here.
This whole time I've been in Bosnia is that every single ATM has been charging between 10 and 20 band, which is like $10 or $20. It's a lot. Like the actual ATM is charging that. In Mostar, we found an ATM in the actual walls and like old town of Mostar, of Kotor, sorry, that had no fees, which was awesome. But ever since we went to Bosnia, we just can't find any of those fees. So every ATM we pass, Scott gives it a little whirl. Read on Reddit that ATM had no fees, and that comment was 2 months ago. But Scott just checked, and it was 10 band. So now he's convinced that once the season starts, they start charging, which probably makes sense. We are now 500 metres down the road from the first ATM, and Scott's found another one that he's giving a try. How many do you reckon this is? Maybe this is like
6 or 7?
Yeah, the 6th or the 7th one. Even last night when it was like dark when we were walking home, we tested the ATMs along the way. We're at Zarat Bank at the moment.
No.
What is it?
10.
Just must be an all-round fee.
This is it.
Oh, it looks closed.
Here's my coffee place that I had. It's not 10 o'clock yet, but it looks very closed.
Extra
so
close.
We'll see if they ever open up. Great location though.
I don't know if you can see, but there is hundreds of people on that bridge.
Hundreds?
How many do you reckon? 100.
50? If that?
So good at estimating. It's 9:23. Really happy we went in early. Oh, there's a little tulip there.
So apparently you got to put the sugar in. Quickly? And what?
Leave it in your mouth.
Let it soak there or something for a bit. And then drink the coffee over the top.
I've just got a demonstration on how to make the coffee / prepare it ready for drinking.
It's good.
Is it?
It kind of tastes like the coffee that I've been having.
Oh, I'm going to have to update my diary. It says Scott actually likes it.
It's kind of like the ground beans that we've been getting at the Airbnb. It kind of tastes like that.
Really strong.
Yeah, but you just like pouring the hot water over the ground. It kind of tastes like that pretty much.
Without the sugar?
It just tastes like a really strong
Espresso,
like a strong instant coffee kind of thing.
strong instant coffee.
In a way, yeah.
I got a pomegranate tea
It's really nice though. Look at the little setup you get.
and a Turkish delight.
Turkish
I'm
delight.
definitely going to eat
That's
that.
a big one. And this is the traditional part of Bosnian coffee. Served in there. She was putting like 2 teaspoons from here, from the water, into the coffee. Into here, and then mixing it, and then taking the crema or whatever they call it from the top, and then pouring it in first, and then pouring the Bosnian coffee over the top there.
Incredible instructions by Scott there.
Sound about right?
The only roasters of this coffee are here in Mostar, apparently.
Don't eat my Turkish delight. Marin's going in, she's going to hate it.
I just want to eat the sugar, really. The sugar cube is really nice. And the coffee's really strong. That's nice though.
Yeah.
Welcome to day 35 riding. So we only just left Mostar. Actually, we haven't talked to you in a couple of days. Scott got sick and we had to extend our stay in Mostar by a night. That was fun. It was a beautiful city. I went on a walking tour the day Scott was sick and learnt lots of information.
They're always good to do. Go along to those if you can. So we've left Mostar and we're riding towards Jablanica. It's spelt in English like Jablanica. But everyone's been correcting us because it's like Jablanica or something. We're riding along the most beautiful road. It's busy though. So it's the main road to Sarajevo. But the river is like right there and it's very blue. The mountains, incredible.
The trucks.
Look at this river, it's so beautiful.
Best river in Europe. Try and tell me otherwise.
Is that another thing? Hi, friend. That was bad.
Rocks. Hello. G'day. Rocks. Big rock. Wouldn't say it's my favourite road I've ever been on, but it is pretty. So this bridge was during the Battle of Neretva in 1943, during World War II. It was the site of a successful raid by a group of partisans led by Tito. And then this rail bridge here that we're looking at was blown up while a train was in the middle of the crossing. And as you can see, that's the old replica of the train that was actually crossing the bridge at the time. And yeah, the bridge section and locomotive which can still be seen as we see. And then the bridge was destroyed during the 4th enemy offensive and recreated for the 1969 film The Battle of Neretva. It's a Yugoslavian partisan film. Quite fascinating.
Good morning from Skit. So yesterday, Skit is like an island. It's not an island, it's like a jutting piece of land into this big, really very large lake. And so we came down to a campground that Scott read about on Park for Night. Rode down there after the 6 kilometres of beautiful down. And as soon as we got there, the lady was incredible. She sat us down, which is a funny thing to do. We keep seeming to do this, is like we ride 90 kilometres and have somewhat tired legs, and then we sit down straight away. Wouldn't recommend. Everybody, you should stretch. Anyway, she sat us down, gave us some beers, then gave us some coffees, then gave us this stewed apple thing. It was 5 o'clock at night, but we drank our coffee. Slash, Scott drank all of the coffee. Talked to the most beautiful couple of all time from Slovenia. Very cool people, travelled the whole world. Talked to them all night. Didn't go to bed until like 10 o'clock today. We are making our way to Jajece. It was where Yugoslavia was formed. It's where exactly where they like signed the documents and shook hands or whatever they had to do in the town of Jajece.
In what, 1943?
Just after World War II.
Yeah.
Someone gave us a little history lesson. Said that there was no enemies in all of the countries that formed Yugoslavia, so right at the end of World War II, they signed an agreement becoming Yugoslavia.
Like a safe haven.
In Bihac. Anyway, so Bihac is 92 kilometres away.
We arrived in Iyice and stayed next door to the hostel in town. Other than a stray dog stealing one of Scott's shoes in the middle of the night, it was okay. The following day, we rode to Banja Luka. This is the second largest city in Bosnia and Herzegovina and the largest in the Republic of Srpska. We spent a full day off the bikes here and really enjoyed it. We'd highly recommend a visit to this very lively and beautiful city. We picked things back up on a very busy road out of Banja Luka, headed southwest.
So it's 1:40. Today, it's been a bit of a struggle. We're still on that road from Banja Luka where we started. Traffic's died off a little bit, but it's still way more cars than we expected. And there's so many ups and downs, but it's about 8 to 10%. It's a bit of a workout. And it's warm. Lots of effort being put in today, which is good. Running out of water though. Hoping we come across a town or something soon where we can refuel and refill up our water bottles. Taking the legs over. Done about 35 kilometres maybe. Probably halfway for the day, I reckon. Probably a bit way over halfway. Anyway, continue on. We've got a little of a downhill section here by the looks of it. Going down.
We were just passing by this really beautiful bungalow place, and on their sign it said, there was like a picture of a tent, and so Scott found them on Google and sent them a WhatsApp and asked how much it would be to camp for the night, and he replied and he said free, and we were like, free question mark. And then he actually drove out of the property at the exact same time, and he came up to us and was like, yeah, you can camp, it's free. And then we're like, oh, like, is there a toilet, like, how much would it be to have a shower or anything like that? And then he was like, oh, there's no toilet because, and then he like couldn't really say what he was trying to say in English, and so we're not 100% sure, but we came in, he's gone somewhere. Scott's still messaging on WhatsApp, but look at this place, it's so beautiful. Right on the river. Also, not sure if you can hear that, but it's fully thundering over that mountain and it's getting really grey.
So it turns out that we will be staying at this bungalow for the night. He's a very kind man. He's even just told us to pitch the tent wherever. We can use the toilet, they're just not cleaned. And he's also given us the Wi-Fi password. We're connecting with him over WhatsApp because I was a little nervous to come in and ask him myself. But he ended up pulling over and said, was that you that messaged me? I said, yeah. And he's like, oh, it's free. But he was with his son. They don't speak very good English and I don't speak any of Bosnian, Serbian or Croatian. So we were a bit confused. I was asking about the bathroom and the shower and toilet, and they kind of say no toilet. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. And we was considering to go then, but I think he meant cleaned. The toilets weren't cleaned, but there is some there. So then I connected with him on WhatsApp again. I said, just double checking this toilet. Is there any? He goes, yes, there is. They're just not clean. So that's when we knew that we got a bit of translation was a bit wrong. Anyway. It's a lovely spot here. It's only 4 o'clock. The thunder and lightning is happening behind us around my left-hand shoulder out there. Just about this bungalow place though, there's about 6 bungalows. And then I believe it's his house, which is an absolute mansion and a restaurant. Looks completely closed, as you can see here. Chairs, tables all stacked up. Just got the water, the river there. And then over the other side is where I think the restaurant is. And more seating, but everything's closed. What is it? 7th of May? 7th of May, yeah. So I'm not sure when he's opening, or if he's renovating or what the crack is, but it's a cool little spot. Sometimes these good things just keep happening to us in a way. Lauren said, just message this person and see what they say. And then now we've got a place to stay and have to find a wild camp spot. We actually had one up about 300 metres away from here that we're going to check out, but then we came across this, so pays to ask. You know, what's the worst that can happen? It's too expensive, or they say no, or whatever. So I guess we're going to try and offer this guy some money, because it's weird he lets us pitch our tent here and use his toilet, no showers, which is fine. And yeah, for free. Bizarre. So we had a very successful night here at our camp spot where old mate let us stay at. Next to a busy road though, so it's kind of loud, and this morning the trucks have been pretty frequent. We don't know where we'll end up tonight. It's top of 14 today and about 3 mil of rain possibly. It's very cloudy at the moment and it's lightly sprinkling. A bit different to yesterday's 26 and sunny for most of the day, but yeah, we're going to Una National Park, but we don't know if we'll make it there because we've probably got a day up our sleeves really. We'll try and stay out of the rain, I suppose. Here's a little camp spot from last night. Beautiful little spot, isn't it? There's a road that goes along there. There's like the bungalows he has. And now we're just packing up under shelter. Pretty good. Bye. Little update. How far in today are we?
We are 38.5 kilometres in. We climbed this beautiful mountain that we could only imagine is beautiful because it was the thickest cloud of all time.
It was so misty. It was only at 850 metres or something, but
we could only see like 10 or 15 metres in front of us.
Very poor visibility.
It's very thick.
But all the cars were going very slow because they couldn't see either, which is a change. But now we've come back into the valley, heading into a fairly big town, and now it's kind of opened up and it's a bit warmer, so the cars are boom.
Yeah.
Go by. We've just made it down the hill after we climbed to 1,040 metres after we had lunch. And now we're going to go camp at some sort of restaurant, Bosnian restaurant. Camping's actually free, but it's best that you do buy something there for dinner. So we're not wild camping. What a surprise. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. We're only 2 kilometres away and...
it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're a bit early. He's got toilets. Apparently he doesn't have showers, but he says... Depends how much beer you drink, whether or not you get a shower or not. So, I don't know, I can drink and I've been drinking a fair bit, but we'll see. It's 3 o'clock, I don't know, it's a bit early. What do we do? Where do I put my tent? I don't know. Do we get a soup at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Who's the chef? Is it him? I don't know.
Well, I'm really excited to go because this whole time we've been in Bosnia, we haven't actually got a Bosnian meal. We've been out like 6 times, we've got like ribs, pizza, burger, and I feel really bad about it. We have had cevapi for lunch once, but...
and now we're going to get a mixed meat pate. Is that counted as Bosnian?
Yeah, well, apparently it's like real home style and delicious food, so it's good.
Yeah.
We've done it in every other country, why not keep it going?
Why not? It won't be this cheap ever again.
I was only 3 o'clock though. I'm actually going to go there and order his daily soon. It's our campground for the night. Beautiful restaurant. We camped over here. Managed to dry out the tent. Sun's come out for the first time actually today. It's nice. Beautiful restaurant. Just had a lovely soup. Just gonna have a beer, enjoy the afternoon, and then get a meat plate of dinner. Delicious. Some hiking trails that start here, so there's lots of information. We realised from here, we went here, and then here, and then we went all the way up Banjaluka just to come back to here. And then tomorrow we're going over to the coast and up to Bihac. is good.
Solid enough. G'day. Made it to the tent after our feed.
I've actually been out there for like 4 hours.
It was a big feed too.
It was a big feed.
Lauren's ordered the same thing 4 times.
I had a soup.
She had afternoon tea where she got a soup.
Yeah, and some
And then
delicious
it came
bread.
with bread as well, and it also comes with like these little dough balls. I'm not sure what they were, but
They're called kulapchi, wasn't it?
yeah. So for dinner, she decides to order another goulash, which was like a light soup. It was with some meat in it,
Light
and then she ordered another main of the same balls, but just with cheesy hot sauce on them. So it's like the same thing.
It wasn't actually that good.
The first time she got them for free, the second time she paid for them.
Mm.
And then I got the
Sitting over
meat
there.
platter for one,
It's a lot of meat.
which came with the salad that I didn't order and had to pay for.
Yeah, he overcharged us. £8 apparently for salad that he put on our table that we didn't order.
Couldn't believe it too. Didn't think he was the bloke to do it.
Yeah, they're really nice, but we're sleeping next to the chicken hut. I wonder how that'll go. Chicken hut, what do you call it? Coop, chicken coop. And it seemed to have quietened down by now, but before there was a lot of fighting going on.
They've recovered.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Good morning. Scott. Yeah, that one's good. No, I'm sorry. No, it's not. I want this one. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. How are you, guys?
How did you sleep?
Pretty good.
The rooster started this morning at 4:15, so that was fun. And this dog, which is a stray dog, won't leave us alone. So we've buried ourselves behind our bikes, and she's just very persistent.
She's very big and has like massive paws, and she keeps jumping up on us. So
And she's very smelly.
She's the smelliest dog I've ever come across. Got to guard her from coming close to us. She could do some damage.
She's seriously ginormous. Look at this big girl. She's very cute. Poor thing. Gonna have some cuppa and some breakfast, and we're heading into the national park. See some waterfalls. The sun is out!
The sun is out and it's a bit warmer. We're on our way to Urna National Park down a side road from Bihac,
And it's quiet.
which goes to Martin Brod. And it's quiet. There's only been 2 cars, I think, and it's just pretty much a flat road. We're going uphill now, but not for long, before we come straight back down to like sea level pretty much. But it's one of the best roads we've been on so far, traffic wise.
Well, in a few days anyway.
Yeah. We've made it halfway for the day. We're about
Which is only 27 kilometres.
Yep. Looks like we're about to head down to sea level now. We can see Martin Brod in the distance,
I
which
think
is
it's
very
quite
small.
sea level. I think the national park sits at like
200.
300 meters,
Yeah. Well, I think we're up to 500 now. We just came down for like 100 metres, but
With a beautiful view.
yeah, this is our lovely view. Very nice. We come from somewhere over there. Mountains in the background. There's a big one over there as well.
It's definitely Croatia.
Martin Brod. You're on the border of Croatia and Bosnia and Herzegovina. You hear the waterfall from where we are, so it must be a pretty big one. Well, I think the first waterfall we see is in Martin Brod, so it's only 5, 6, 7 kilometres away, whatever it is. Pretty short, but I think that's the main one, and then there's more towards our campsite tonight.
Also, the part that we just rode through, very creepy. It was like, there was heaps of landmine signs, and it was really quiet woods.
It's just kind of, yeah, it's just all woods, wasn't it?
We just didn't see anyone for ages.
Seen about 4
It was
cars
kind of
in 2 hours. It's been great.
It
Good
was
riding.
Very rural.
Yeah.
Rural? Remote.
Remote, very remote. We've made it to the national park, and look what I'm reading over here is a sign. What can be found here? Grey wolf, brown bear, and a lynx. How weird's that? We're in brown bear territory. Lauren said we were, but I didn't believe her. That's where we are, but we're going north, I think. Lots of fly fishermen here. It's pretty cool though. Just about to cook some lunch here. We've got some 2-minute noodles. No bread today, unfortunately, no bakers around. But we're in a little picnic area, and there's lots of fly fishermen around because apparently trout is very popular here.
Very popular. It's brimming with trout.
Yeah, brimming with trout. And the campsite we're going to tonight, he's going to cook us trout for €7.50, I think. So I'm definitely going to do that. But look at this view. It's very quiet around here, isn't it?
You imagine this being busy in summer, but it's really beautiful.
Yeah. Apparently you can stay here for €5.50 a night or something, and then the park ranger guy comes out and in the afternoon you get the money, but it'll be long gone by here. There's a wash closet over here. I'm not sure if we're allowed to use it. I assume so. But yeah, you got a little spot. A few little waterfalls over there. Let's see if we can spot a trout. You can see how fast this river, the Una River, is. It's bloody golden. Let's see if we can spot some trout. No luck on the trout findings, but Lauren found one before. I couldn't see one.
Do you mean you can see fish? Because
Yeah.
they literally just caught one, pulled it up on the grass. It was too small. The guy on the right just held it down with his hands, unhooked it and chucked it back in the water.
Oh. You literally live here and live off trout. I love a good trout too.
Yeah, for sure.
Bon appetit.
Loud, right?
Very loud. Dude, this is what we heard from the mountain.
Probably. Pretty sure the entrance is back there, so I don't know how we're looking at it right now. I feel like this is the helmet. Something big on it.
Tourist information centre maybe.
Definitely like cliff ditchy on the other side of the water.
Definitely some of the most impressive waterfalls I've seen.
There's like all the way at the back. We just left Martin Broad. Very beautiful place. Would highly recommend coming. And we learned why it's called Martin Broad. So there was supposedly a lady fell in love with a soldier and her name was Marta, and as she crossed the river she drowned.
To meet him on the other side.
Yeah, she was crossing the river to meet the soldier on the other side. And Broad is what all the locals call any entrance of any way you can get down to the river.
Yeah.
Entrance to the river. Martin Broad. I don't know why it's Martin though, because her name is Marta.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
sure.
that's what we learned.
Yep.
And very beautiful water. So supposedly there's lots of tuft under the water, and that means that this all used to be underwater, like the grassy stuff. And it would take very clean water for it to grow, or something like that. I don't know. The water's clean and clear and beautiful.
Just made it to our campsite about a kilometre away. This is how blue the Una River is. Something like aqua turquoise colour. But how good does it look? Still working? Oh, beautiful. Pretty much. Just dropped the GoPro obviously, so that's probably why you hold it on a selfie stick or a GoPro shorty, which I do have in my bag, instead of holding it handheld. Had a little bit of a juggle there, but a few scratches on the mod, but no, not too bad.